Hello, today we'll be talking about a top-down local strategy fighting game called Isorropia. Joining me today is the sole developer of the game, Christian Slater. Christian, it's great to have you.
Thank you, it's great to be here and I'm excited to finally be able to show off Isorropia.
So Christian, tell us a little bit about this game.
Isorropia is a 2 to 4 player arena-style fighting game where you have a sword, a shield, 2 spears, and, as all games need, a roll button. The objective of the game is to have the highest score by dealing damage and killing your opponents, but by killing them, it does make them stronger. So there are 5 rounds of combat, 4 rounds of upgrading, and before the final round of combat, the player in first place will basically have the weakest character and the player in last place will have the strongest. There are 22 different upgrade options and 2 different skill trees, allowing for each game to feel unique and giving the players the ability to customize their builds.
Interesting. So what was the inspiration behind this game?
Well, I've been playing games with vastly different groups of people over the past few years while in college, and I've discovered a problem. It's not very fun to play competitive multiplayer games with friends who are not very good at games, and equally so, it's not enjoyable to play with those who are much more skilled at the game.
Can't tell you how many times I've been playing a game of Smash Bros. And run into this exact same problem.
Right. Previously, some games like Mario Party have attempted to solve this problem by adding a randomization aspect to the game. I didn't really enjoy this because no matter how well you perform, it all just comes down to chance to see who wins. And then there are games like Jackbox, who have an arbitrary point increase midway through the game, or give everyone a whole bunch of points to make the end scores seem a lot closer when really they weren't. So to solve this problem, I created Isorropia. This game attempts to balance the skill levels of players by providing upgrade points proportionally to how well the players are performing. I've replaced the deciding factor from chance to 2 separate things. If you're part of the first group and you're very skilled at games, then you rely on strategy. You can see how many points you can get away with early on versus how many upgrade points you need to win the final rounds. If you're part of the second group and kind of a beginner at these games, then you can enjoy Isorropia's auto-balancing aspect to give you that competitive edge that you need. This results in end scores that are much closer to each other and result in different people winning each round, so no longer is it the same person dominating every game.
Wow, so you're punishing those who are doing well and rewarding those who are in last place?
Exactly.
That's a cool concept. I'm definitely interested. And is this out for release now?
The game is currently in Steam as coming soon. Steam requires that it's in that stage for 2 weeks before you can publish a game, so on May 15th this game will be available for download. I've labeled the game as in the beta stages of development. There are several aspects that I'm still wanting to add to it before a final release, but the biggest reason that it's in beta is because I've really enjoyed working on it, and there's a lot more that I want to add to it that wasn't originally in my scope for this class.
So tell us about some of the struggles you ran into while building this game.
Well, this is the first time I've ever attempted game development, and I really had no idea how to start in the beginning, so it made my planning process a lot more difficult. So I basically scheduled in a lot of extra time for research before I started coding any particular part. Additionally, this is the first time I've ever used Unity, so it did slow me down watching tutorials and reading documentation.
So aside from just learning the ropes, did you enjoy utilizing Unity?
Yeah, I mean, it had just about everything that I needed. I really wanted to do this project with just using the built-in functions in Unity, so that did lead to a couple problems. At one point in particular, I found out that Unity didn't have a way to handle multiple user interfaces with separate controllers, which I utilize in the upgrade scene. So to solve this problem, I had to build my own input module and event handler system separate from Unity's. I found a couple plugins that could have worked with some modifications, but like I said, I really wanted to build this game without adding anything extra to Unity.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I probably just would have used someone else's plugin, but I understand. It is nicer to be able to build something yourself. So, does that mean that everything in this game you built from scratch?
Well, not exactly everything. I quickly discovered that I'm not very good at sprite design or music, so I collaborated with a good friend of mine, Preston Sneed, who wrote and produced all the music, and the graphics that you see in the game are all free for commercial use that I found online.
Well, let's check out some gameplay.
Are you tired of winning at everything all the time? Are your friends slowly losing interest in playing games with you because their defeat is certain? Do your siblings get a kick out of it when you lose? This is the game for you. Isorropia, built to level the skills of players by auto-balancing the power of your characters. This allows players of different skill levels to have a fair chance at a competitive multiplayer fighting game. Isorropia, an epic game for epic and not so epic gamers.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us, and go check out Isorropia on Steam.